Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday. It is a brand new week, the Marvel Casino of Champions. And sometimes that brings news, sometimes that brings offers, sometimes that brings both. And I am back from New Mexico. So excited for that. And I am just beyond pumped up to be back in my studio and have webcam. What's up, my man, the exit? So we have, a Paragon Crystal Bundle. The 5 and 6 star shards bundles are not a big deal. But the Paragon Crystal Bundle, we haven't seen much before. And we've seen a couple versions of it. But let's see if it's trying to get your units, which I doubt it, because there's nothing new in the store. So this is probably for cash. Let's go to the store. They brought it back. They brought it back. All right, first off, the 6 star shard bundle for $10. Pretty overpriced still. I mean, that 6 star shard bundle is priced like it's 2020, maybe 2021 at the latest. If you buy all 10 for $100, you get 20,000 6 star shards. Obviously, for Thronebreakers and Paragon players, that's laughable. Everybody else, it's still so bad. And the Cavalier Nexus Crystal as one for $10 now. And I know you might look at me like, really? But when you compare it to just every week on Sundays, really, for $10, it should have 4 times the Cavalier Nexus crystals and probably at least 2 to 2.5 times the 6 star shards. I think 5,000 6 star shards and 4 Cavalier Nexus crystals would be retail price, which is about a C grade. I'm giving that an F. For $10, consider what you're going to be able in just a couple weeks to get for $10, no matter what your progression is, especially with the bonus 275 units per $10 purchase. No. But we now have a different world than we had with Paragon Crystal Bundles the first time around, because we have featured Paragon Crystals coming to the game. The Early Access Bundle, for the first time for Paragon players, gave you all featured Paragon Crystals, which of course have a slightly better drop rate than these. 1.5%, I think 12% for 6 stars and a 1.5% for 7 stars. I still wish they had Nexus Crystals, but I get historically you start out with the basic crystal. Before, remember, it was Cavalier Crystals, then it was featured Cavalier Crystals, then eventually it was Nexus Crystals in the Cavalier Crystals and Nexus Crystals in the Cavalier featured Crystals. I expect that exact same routine to come back in the form of Paragon Crystals over the course of the next 6 months. That is just where we've seen the history of this game, but it's a slow rollout. And that's sort of what their justification has been in delaying more details over Ascension. They want it to be a slow rollout. They want us to get used to 7 star crystals and Titan crystals, and then eventually we'll get Ascension. I wasn't very happy with the slow rollout of that news because I was hoping that we would have motivation and excitement to get our 6 stars that we've put so much time and effort and, yes, money into than anything else. And I still think it was a mistake for Kabam not to give us more news because people are quitting the game over not wanting to do what they feel like is restarting a new Rainbow Chase with 7 stars, very similar to how a lot of people quit the game years ago, way back when, for those of you who weren't around. When 6 stars came in the game, it's kind of hard to believe that now because 6 stars feel like they're just normal, but they were not normal when they came out. 5 stars, we hadn't even been able to take our 5 stars to max rank before 6 stars came into the game. And it feels very similar in how we're finally getting to take 6 stars to rank 5, but 7 stars are already in the game. So, historically, Kabam's kind of learned from some of their past and kind of not learned from some of their other past, but regardless, this is the reality of the situation. I would give this Paragon Crystal Bundle a C-. I think now it's a little bit below average. Yes, it's 2,000 units. Yes, that is between $50 and $100 worth of units. If this was like August, maybe I'd feel differently. But $50 in just a couple weeks is going to give you, especially if you're on a budget, like a lot of people are or maybe should be, a Black Panther's Treasure with the 1,450 units plus, I think, especially for Paragon and Thronebreaker players, value that far exceeds this Paragon Crystal Bundle. And oh, by the way, it's limit 5. You can spend up to $250. $250. That's what Kabam is saying. So, all due respect, Kabam, to your offer team, hard pass. Below average, especially with so close to July 4th weekend. This is a July 4th weekend drainer with no guaranteed value. If it was 10 Paragon crystals plus like half a tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha and a decent amount of gold, it might be a different conversation. But guess what? That's not the world we live in. And so I'm not going to pretend that it is.